You weren't double parked at a club. You didn't park in front of a fire hydrant. You were sleeping because you had work the next day. Then you go have a friend pick you up and you go to the VSF.
Yeah.
How long are you there?
Like over an hour.
Over an hour.
So I'm nervous because I'm like, what if it takes longer than 12 o'clock? Like, I'm here, but like, what if they just want to keep with me? But I feel like they purposely do that just because like the longer you wait, the more money it racks up. Like I did not even know that it was gonna be like how much was it, like $230? My name is Blue. I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm 24, and this is Not Your Lawyer.
Welcome to Not Your Lawyer, the show where we help real people with real legal issues. Today, I'm talking to Blue. Blue, what is going on with you?
My car got towed from my apartment complex, which is crazy because I live there.
Are you on the lease?
I am on the lease. I'm the only person on the lease.
So you pay rent.
I do.
Had you not paid your rent?
No.
So you're paying rent on the lease, and you parked your car like in front of a fire hydrant, or how did it get towed?
No, so I parked in the resident spot, because when I registered my car, I went to the main office and talked to the people that work there. I filled out all of the online stuff in front of them.
Yep.
And I showed it to them. They're like, okay, you should be good to go. Then, one day right before I was going to work, I went to go into my car, as you do before you go to work. And my car was not there, and I parked it in a resident spot, not by a hydrant, not anywhere that it shouldn't be parked.
Yeah.
It's a regular parking spot.
Did you take some pictures? You have some photos of that area?
I have like some photos.
We'll look at it out. We'll look at it later.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And your car's gone. You come out, and what do you do next?
Panic, because
Okay.
I'm like, what the yeah. So I panic, go straight to the office, because like at this point I'm like,
Thought it was stolen or something.
Like, yeah, I definitely thought it was stolen, because I was like, I don't understand why my car got towed,
Yeah.
because again, I live there.
And pay. You pay
And
rent.
pay, yeah, absolutely. So I go to the main office. I'm like kind of panicking, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, did my car get towed? Blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, well, did you register your car? I was like, yeah, when I came to register it, like, I was in front of you guys, and I was like, hey, am I good to go? And they're like, oh, yeah, for sure, 100%.
And this is like the first day. So like they gave you like
So this is
50
when
pages of stuff to fill out. Like,
No, so this is actually when I got my car. So this is like a month later.
Okay.
So this is like a month into me living there.
So you actually got the car, then you told them, hey, I got a car.
Yeah.
And they gave you stuff to fill out, and you filled it out.
Yeah. They like
Okay.
sent me some in my email, and then I sat in the office, like in their little lobby area, and then like filled it out there.
What happened next?
They're like, you should be getting an email. I was like, okay. And then I showed them the email that I got. They're like, yeah, you should be all set. I was like, oh, great. Okay, bye.
Okay. So now your car's gone,
Mm-hmm.
time traveling a little bit, and you go back to the leasing office, just tiny and angry.
Yeah,
And you're
like
like-
always.
And then, and then you're like, where's my car? Dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
We're having fun. And what happens next?
So they're like, okay, well, let's see. Like, let me go grab the list. So where I live, they don't have like registration stickers for your car. They just
Okay.
say like, we had it on this piece of paper that they handwrite. So there's like a spreadsheet where they individually write out everybody's like license plate numbers and like whoever registered. So I was like, that seems a little dumb.
So do they tell you where your car is at that point?
So they're like, oh, well, I guess it got towed. And I was like, oh, where is it? Because I would like to know that. I feel like that's a fair thing to know. And the entire time they're like, oh, if you just Google dynamic towing.
Dynamic towing is
Yeah.
what they said. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked this up, and Dynamic Towing is a tow company in Dallas. Their website's not the highest quality. And if you call them, the phone number, they do not pick up.
Yeah, they do not.
They don't respond to emails. They're just basically like, good luck.
Yeah, not even.
So we did a little digging. How did you eventually find your car?
I had you help me.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
like-
even know where my car is.
Because even when they like, I had to ask them. I was like, okay, so you told me to Google dynamic towing.
Yes.
Okay, and in the Google, like in the Google, like on Google, like it doesn't have like a real website. It's like a Facebook page.
Yeah.
So then they didn't even tell me to like first go on Facebook. I was
Yeah.
like, this is even like a real website.
So
Like,
you know me as a friend. We've been
Yeah.
we're both comedians in the Dallas scene, so we've known each other for several years. So when she called me, I got involved, and I got pissed off. I got angry the more I looked at this. Okay, we're gonna do a whole separate video uncovering what I think is a giant scam in Dallas, Texas. But you're gonna hear Blue's story and her go through it first, and then we're gonna tell you if you get scammed, if somebody tows you from where you work or where you live or where you're eating dinner, because we met a person
Yeah.
that night who, or you did, but you were on the
Yeah.
phone with me, a person who was towed while they were eating dinner at a restaurant they paid for from the parking lot.
yeah,
The way the law is set up, they max the penalties in Dallas at $320. And because of it, it's just enough money that most people don't want to take a day off work and they don't want to hire a lawyer and they don't want to fight this.
Yeah.
And it's just enough money. And the tow companies know, especially the ones like Dynamic Towing, they know, you know what? She's not going to fight it. She doesn't have resources. No offense, not calling you out.
Oh, no, for
You're
sure,
not
I
you're
don't.
not rolling in a ton of you're not rolling in a ton of money as a young comedian.
Oh, not
you
even
don't
a
live in
little
the
bit.
most expensive place. So for Dynamic to be running around this working class, lower income neighborhood where
100%.
people are just trying to have a job and you're towing people's cars before they go to work, that is some BS. That is messed up. So I got involved and I'm now looking up, I'm an attorney. I'm trained in research, right? And I'm now looking up your registration, your plates,
Yeah.
and I find a record through Dallas County of a VSF. What is a VSF? It's a vehicle storage facility. Well, the place that you talked to was saying Dynamic Towing. Dynamic Towing wasn't answering the phone. It's hard to find this vehicle storage facility. There's no signs posted. You weren't given any paperwork.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm looking at this and it's frustrating me. I'm going, well, what if English isn't your first language? What if you're a single mom with 3 kids and maybe you're undocumented and now your car's just gone and it takes a lawyer doing registration checks and doing city record checks? This has got to get fixed. We got to put some light on this. That's why I wanted you to come in. We got to talk about what the steps are to fight this so that people don't end up losing their vehicles, losing their jobs. And these predatory scam tow companies that are running around, these are not, you weren't double parked at a club. You didn't park in front of a fire hydrant. You were sleeping because you had work the next day. And we can't stand for that. So we're gonna get aggressive. We're not your lawyer, but I will mess you up. Okay. So you find out through me that it's a VSF.
Yeah.
You still have to go to work. So you Uber to work.
Yeah.
Then you go have a friend pick you up and you go to the VSF.
Yeah.
How long are you there?
Like over an hour.
Over an hour.
Yeah. And I got nervous just because like if I couldn't get my car by 12. So I made sure that I was there before 12. So immediately after work, I get off at like 11. So I rush over. And while I'm there, like there's a couple people ahead of me online. So I'm nervous because I'm like, what if it takes longer than 12 o'clock? Like I'm here, but like what if they just want to keep with me? So then like I try to talk to as many people as possible and just like document that I'm here before 12.
You took
like,
some videos too.
Yeah.
while you were
I was
there.
like, it's before 12 o'clock. Just so you know, like I wasn't trying to, but I feel like they purposely do that just because like the longer you wait, the more money it racks up. Like I did not even know that it was going to be like how much was it, like $230 until you told me, because on that website that I saw it was like $166 or something like that to pay to get my car out.
And the way and I'm going to keep calling it a scam. Like I feel like it's a scam, right? There's a time and a place to tow people when they're messing with society. Someone double parks, someone parks in front of a fire hydrant. These are all valid things. But the way it's set up, Dynamic Towing only had that car for probably 15 minutes. Because they take it and they immediately drop it off at the VSF, and then their hands are clean and they go back out to get another car, right? And so we're going to get into it with this tow hearing, spoilers. We're going to see what kind of paperwork they have. We're going to see what kind of photos they have, what kind of documentation we have. Because we have your lease. We have the photos of your place, right? And I suspect that they're just going around trying to get 30, 40, 50 cars a day and they're not keeping records.
Yeah.
And they know only 1 out of 50 people or 1 out of 100 people is actually going to punish them. But if we can get the word out there, get the education out there, more people are going to stand up for themselves. So you're at the VSF for about an hour. You pay these fees. They eventually give you your car back.
Yeah.
When you were in line, you talked to some other people that were there.
Yeah.
What kind of stories were you hearing?
Oh, there was one dude that was like online before me, and they were getting food at this food truck. And as they're waiting to get their food, their car's getting towed in front of them. And
They're watching it happen.
Yeah, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, we're just trying to get food from this food truck. Like, we're about to get back in this car.
Yeah.
And they just tow the car.
There was another lady that you told me about that was eating it on Greenville.
Yeah.
She was in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is I felt really bad for those first guys, though, because they're Uber drivers. They're like, I can't work. I can't work unless I have my car.
Yeah.
Which sucked. I felt so bad for them. But yeah, there was a girl that I met.
Let's talk about that for a second
Yeah.
too. They make you pay up front before you get the car back.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when I get a speeding ticket, right, I have time to pay that.
Yeah.
10, 30, 45 days. But when they tow your car and you're already working class, you're already living paycheck to paycheck. Well, now my car's gone. I can't work. I can't get to work. I can't pay this. So you're basically making it expensive to be poor, and it makes me pretty angry.
Yeah, and it's like it's a like cycle, you know, because if you wait longer, then the expenses rack up because you can't afford it in the moment to be the cheapest part. Like when it's at the cheapest part.
Yeah.
And then it racks up, and then you can't afford that either because now you have to work more days.
Yep.
But now you have to Uber to work, which is gonna rack up more money for you, and it's just stupid. But
so what we did was you got your car back.
Yeah.
And we got some photographs of the building that you live in.
Mm-hmm.
We got some video at the VSF. We looked up, and every city is going to be slightly different, but most cities have what's called a tow hearing with like a justice of the peace or a smaller court. And you signed up for the tow hearing after I sent you the paperwork. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to walk in there. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm a gambling man. I'm going to gamble that they don't even show up to defend themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be you and the judge and the documents that you put together. So if this happens to you at home, what you want to be doing is you want to take photographs of everything, photographs of the signs. It's definitely possible that there was a sign that was mislabeled or that wasn't visible. If shrubbery grows over the sign and you can't see it, that is an argument that you didn't know any better. If the sign falls down, that is an argument. If the sign isn't posted correctly, or sometimes maybe you were towed without there even being signs. So you want photographs of everything. Then you want to properly fill out that tow hearing and show up ready to fight. And most of the time, the tow truck company is not even going to show up. You might win by default. Here's what's interesting, though. We're talking about $300.
Yeah.
It's a serious amount of money. It's not life-changing money. You might not take a day off for $300. Most cities have a penalty for if you're illegally towed. So in Dallas specifically, you can get up to 5 times damages plus attorney's fees. So you could walk away with $1,800 after filing the appropriate paperwork. So $1,800, a couple people start doing this, that tow company is going to be like, whoa, maybe we should do things by the book. Now 1 out of every 10 people we tow is going to tow court. Like, we as a society kind of have to band together here a little bit, stand up for ourselves, know how to do it. And if we fight this thing, we could potentially keep innocent people from getting towed where they live, like you, Blue. So we're going to check back in with you. You got your tow hearing registered. Mm-hmm. You're going to go do that. We're going to see if you win that. And I appreciate you so much for telling your story.
Thanks for having me. Wow.
Thank you for coming on. Yeah. Where can we find you as a comedian?
At my apartment. I work here and here.
Do you have a handle that you want? I mean, we'll put it.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right.
I sound very excited. Yeah, please follow and stalk me.
Don't
That'd
follow
be
her.
great.
Don't follow her. Don't tow her. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like real legal issues. We have videos on everything from eviction to how to get out of a speeding ticket. Remember, I'm not your lawyer, and there's no substitute for getting a lawyer. This show is for educational purposes. Until next time.